And we're live, and this is Ben. And what? No, it's me, Ben.
No,
It's Ben.
it's not.
And another fascinating episode of Drink and Draw as we do Batman with a gargoyle.
I'm gonna drink whiskey.
I'm gonna drink coffee today.
Who's drinking coffee?
I am.
Why?
Are you okay?
Yeah, what's going on?
I mean, it is Drink and Draw. It doesn't specify what.
Well, yeah, that's always been my motto.
That is true.
Yeah.
Hey, should we say hello to everybody who's logged on already? I think we should.
Yeah, let's introduce everybody. Here we have Jeff Johnson, artist extraordinaire, aka Hondo.
That's me.
Dave Gargoyle Johnson.
I don't see the I in there, but sure.
That's a capital I. That's a capital I.
No, you dipshit.
Joe, wait. Isn't Batman DC? Casado. Myself, Dan Wayne, Pan Ocean. Don Wayne.
Hey, Dan, every time you call him Hondo, I feel compelled to play this. I don't know if you could hear it. Hang on. Let's see. Oh, come on. Computer's working way slow. Let me try it this way.
Good stuff, Joe. Good
Hold
stuff.
on. Yeah, my timing sucks.
I hope it's my theme song.
Not going to work. Never mind. I'll do it next week.
Get that. Strike that. So tonight's theme is Batman, and we're going to try something a little different. And it's something that I'm surprised Joe wanted to be a part of because we're giving DC a great idea here. You know, it's like a freebie from Marvel to DC. But imagine this, like Gotham City is this kind of spooky, eerie...
Gothic kind of place?
Yeah, and then you combine gargoyles, and then how about have Batman involved in that somehow? I don't know. I just thought it could work.
Yeah. Well, you are a visionary.
You know, here's Dave's already... Oh, I like the green. Good idea.
Well, it's called tape, Dan.
Oh, I like that.
I'll give
Very
you
phallic looking gargoyle on Dave's, by the way.
Yes. Hi, calling aliens. Can we have our gargoyle back? There was a big controversy over this, and now you're stewing it up.
I don't know if you've seen it, but at some church in Europe, they had to replace a gargoyle, and they replaced it with an alien Xeno whatever instead of a standard gargoyle. So it is now canon that an alien, whatever they're called, can be a gargoyle. So screw all of you.
What kind of alien is it?
Look at this.
The one for aliens.
Everybody's been complaining about Jeff Johnson for a while.
I know I have.
Me too, but I throw every episode I make it a point to. But tonight Jeff has really brought the thunder.
Oh, I guess.
Has he been struck?
He's been thunderstruck.
This is just Batman. He's jumped off of a gargoyle, so I'm still doing the thing.
You have so many opportunities to put gargoyles on this piece.
Maybe I will. Maybe there'll be a gargoyle. Maybe there'll be many.
Space you're not done with. Throw a gargoyle on there. It wouldn't kill you. It'd be part of the theme.
I might throw a gargoyle on there.
All right, hold that thought. Check this out.
Wow.
Oh, here we go. Oh. Batman off a gargoyle.
Batman with a bat bite.
Jumping off a Herculoid.
Herculoid.
Dave's convinced that's a Herculoid.
Yes,
Let's leave it up to the fans. All right, everybody, is that a Herculoid or not?
All right, let's find out. There's a lot of, you can imagine the chatter today.
Yeah.
Is Joe? This is a good comment. Is Joe going to get his Sword of Azrael mode on for this one? The answer clearly is no. He's not.
No, it's Batman this time.
And I like this comment. Hello.
It's a good one.
Deserved highlighting.
And that reminds me, one of your all-time best pickup lines was, "Hi, it's me." Do you remember that?
Yeah, that's a good one. Well, that was hi. I draw comics. That always won people over.
Yeah, that was a big winner.
Yeah. So Dave's gonna paint, says Stone Monkey, innocently enough.
Excellent.
I'm gonna try.
And then here's another little comment, and then this is why this is an adult show specifically.
Damn.
Yeah.
Good comment.
What's the damn in reference to? My Herculoid?
Probably the Herculoid.
Probably the Herculoid or the xenomorphic comment by Dave.
Now,
look
what
at
was
that.
the
What else
so
says Herculoid?
Dave? When you say xenomorph, you mean the alien from Alien, right?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Like the real aliens. Like what they really look like.
Yeah.
Jeff.
Real life.
Like the real
Well, I just didn't know if he was talking to the general concept of a xenomorphic alien or the specific one.
No, I think he's talking about the actual alien.
Gotcha.
The one that comes for me in my sleep.
Yeah.
So Dan, tell us about the Raven.
The Ravens, did you say?
Didn't the Ravens? I mean, you heard some good news about the Ravens.
The Ravens did pretty good. It was ranked number 24. This is a little book right here. And Unkindness of Ravens. I wrote it. I did the beginning part they call the bookends for the story. So I did a little bit of the artwork.
And then it gets good, right? From there.
As soon as you're done with my part, it gets really good. Mariana Ignazi does the
Really good.
drawing. Fabiana Mascalo does the coloring. She's amazing. They're both amazing. And then you have to contend with my writing. That's the only. That's been the negative so far.
But
What
Dan,
was
here's
the
thing. So you came in number what?
So what happens is from all the reviews is they're crazy about the art, the concept, but they're not thrilled about the writing or the title or the book. They're not too fond of.
Huh. Hey, so Dan, in the rankings, right? You said you came in number what?
24 according to Diamond, but that it's hard to tell with DC involved because they do their own distribution.
Right. But you know that ranking thing. It's only good when you could brag about what books you beat. That's always the fun part. Yeah.
what books did you beat, Dan?
I beat Jeff's book and I beat Dave's book pretty soundly.
Jeff who?
Jeff Johnson.
What? My book isn't out. What are you talking about?
Well, I would say I trashed you then, didn't I?
I mean, fair enough.
I mean, you didn't even show up.
Jeff, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, brother.
That's true, right?
Yeah.
I basically just forfeited to Dan.
This thing really made me angry. Here's one of the covers for Ravens by this woman, Christina, who's very young and so talented. Like all the covers she does for every issue, and she's turned them all in at this point.
Mm-hmm.
It's so distressing to see. I mean, I'm so thrilled that she's doing the covers for the book, but every time I see them, I'm like, well, I guess I shouldn't be drawing comics anymore.
Well, I agree with that.
Yeah. And here's another cool cover. So all the Ravens have this tattoo on their hands, and when they put their hands together, Viola. Isn't that what you always say? Or voila?
Well, it depends on which country you're in.
I think Jeff says Viola.
I tend to say Viola.
Yeah. And here's another cover by Rossi Gifford, a special one. I think it's from one particular store only. And this is the Jenny. How do you say her last name? Is it Frizon or Frizon?
Dan, you're working with her. You should know.
I've never met her. I get emails. No one's like pronouncing their name and sending me video messages.
You should learn the names of the people you're working with. It's just,
Yeah, it's called respect, Dan.
Dan, what was your inspiration for Ravens?
Dan,
Look at that, little Ravens in the corner. I love horror stories. I'm not a big slasher film guy, but I do love horror stories, and I love. I had a Wiccan. We had a mutual Wiccan friend.
I'm sure a lot of people are Wiccan, Dan.
Yeah, but you and I had one very specific that was near and dear to our hearts at one time.
It's true.
I would hope.
Yeah. I think that it's a fantastic faith system.
Yeah.
Hey, Dan, I sent you an email.
An email?
Yeah.
So antiquated.
I mean, you could have just said it out loud.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I had an image in it, so I wanted to.
I mean, Dan's right here.
There you go.
All right. Send me an email. Still coming in. Is it going to be a Herculoid?
No.
Is it how you pronounce Jenny's last name?
Frajon.
Frijon. I'm assuming she's French.
I'm this endlessly waiting for your email. That must be humongous because it's not coming in. Oh, there it goes. Dave, put this up. Oh, yeah, I saw that on the internet.
Well, can you share it?
With everyone?
Yeah, I mean, we're all sort of sitting here.
I suppose so. Hold on, I'll just put it up. This is part of the magic of this show.
And this show is magic.
It
So
is.
Joe, what would you say your favorite part of this show is?
At the end, like when you say goodbye, I'm good.
It's not high praise. Hold on, maybe this will change your tune. Check this out, Joe. This might inspire your piece a little bit.
Ooh, there you go.
Nice.
Dave took a picture on the internet.
That's in Scotland, apparently. So
Xenomorph.
Is Scotland even real? Is it a real place?
how much liquor you've been drinking?
Just asking.
Dan, tell us a little bit about your Batman piece. What do you got going on there?
Piece? Hold on. Dave wanted me to put this up, and I want it up.
Dan's got a lot of emotional stuff in his work lately, man.
Yeah,
It does. When he's a writer,
Also, it's like every movie he watches now, it's like he reads so much more into it.
Here's my prelim, Jeff.
Dan is about the subtext.
I'm always about
Yeah.
subjects.
That looks
And-
naughty, Dan.
Why does it look naughty to you?
Well, it seems as though he is communing with a gargoyle in a way that's more emotional than I'm used to seeing.
You know, Batman's exceptionally lonely, even though he's a international playboy.
It's kind of like you need a word balloon there that says, I miss my mom and dad.
Exactly.
So I didn't go with that one, but I thought it bared showing.
I love it.
And Jeff was very moved by it. We had about an hour-long conversation this afternoon about it, specifically. As we often do.
Yeah. So Dan, how do you feel about now that you're a professional writer?
Well, you know, I did have slots, Jeff. Let's never forget that.
Oh yeah, that's right. And where was that on the scale? Was that number 24 or above or below?
Ravens outsold slots.
Well, that's great.
People prefer me writing over drawing if they had their choice.
Do you feel as though you improved as a writer?
I would hope. But what's interesting is it's a whole different ball of wax, as it were. So I'm kind of happy with it. For once,
What would
I'm
you
happy.
say
Yeah.
are
I
some
don't
of
know.
the lessons you learned?
I guess here's the big nitpicky thing with everybody. Everybody's always concerned about plot, and I'm like, why? Right?
Right? Everyone gets stuck on the whole plot thing.
Yeah, and I'm like, all right, if you insist, I guess we can try it for a miniseries. Let's give it a go.
Yeah, fair enough. I have a serious writing question though, Dan.
Well, I'm the guy to ask.
How do you use a semicolon?
How do I? I prefer not to, as Bartleby would say.
Bartleby, you mean the Barney the Scrivener?
Yeah, exactly. I love that you know who Bartleby is. Of course.
Well, it's the only other thing that Melville wrote.
Yeah, that really affected me as a kid.
So do you think that you are in the family of Melville based on your?
Yeah, yeah, that's who I can relate to. No, I just love that everything, like the whole concept behind Bartleby was like he just prefers not to. He prefers not to do anything, and he didn't know what to do.
Exactly. Not a team player.
But Jeff,
marketing description.
call, I guess, an intellectual.
I mean, does an intellectual say that they guess?
No, they don't make any guesses about it. Yeah. So as I was telling Joe, I've been called by Disney and ever, a bunch of, it was Disney and then it was Nickelodeon to redo Turtles. Disney wants me to take a stab at helping out the franchise for Star Wars. So I mean, this has kind of opened some doors for me.
On a serious note, Joe, you've written stuff too, right?
Yeah, a little.
You've done some writing gigs, and Dave wrote Flatulini, one of my all-time favorite characters.
Yeah, that's one of the things that Jeff will go back to that. It's one of those things he'll keep reading.
Well, it is about farting, so how could he not?
Pop Kill.
Yeah, and Pop Kill. And
Can
I myself wrote a how-to book.
Christ.
You wrote a how-to book, like how to draw fight scenes.
I did.
Hmm.
So do you guys, where are you at? Do you prefer drawing to writing or writing to drawing? Do you feel as each one satisfies a different itch?
Well, I'm not terribly itchy, but
That's kind of personal, Jeff.
Joe actually wrote one of the first comic book stories I penciled for Marvel. It was an Iron Man annual, and then he stopped speaking to me for about a year and a half after that, I think.
Did you take a lot of shortcuts?
Who did?
I drew that thing, and then I think Danny Mickey inked it, or no, Walden Wong inked it.
Wait, drew what thing?
It was an Iron Man annual #1.
Okay, who wrote that?
You wrote it.
Oh, you're the guy I didn't talk to for a while. I thought so.
That was me. And you're like, that's it. He's done.
I love writing that.
Did you erase
Yeah,
half the dialogue like you erased half my pencils on the time when you inked me?
Well, I didn't ink it. Walden Wong inks me.
No, I said, did you eliminate half the dialogue when you drew it?
Oh, no.
Like you did half the art when you inked me the first time.
Listen, I never officially inked you. I was at Bill Ray's behest. And I don't think that book was exactly.
Hey, man, it was important to me.
Yeah. Well, you'd never know it by the work you put in, but.
Oh!
Wow. Oh,
Damn. This is an angry episode. This is the drunk writers episode.
Yeah. I'm a writer now. I've got opinions on everything.
Dan, you need to apologize for that.
Do I?
Good
I
time.
was a little out of line.
Yeah.
Dave was 12 years old, and DC foolishly gave him a gig.
Unless you apologize to Dave, I can't continue.
All right. Sorry. Jesus.
Come on.
I'm sorry a million times.
There you go.
How do you like that, Dave? A million apologies.
I don't know if I believe you, but I'll take it.
When have I ever been insincere?
I mean, that's a
What's
question for
today?
me. Yeah.
Uh-oh, no, here he goes. The gloves come off.
Writers are mean to each other.
Good one from Ted. Wait, Jeff is using legit art tools? No ballpoint. You didn't know who you are anymore. Jeff isn't using crayons?
Yeah. Normally I like to just use dirt on a wall, but today I'm actually going to use a brush pen.
Yeah. Interesting. That was good.
That's some good comments.
That was a great comment.
Yeah.
It's not like Dan.
This is kind of a low blow to us. Oh, no, this isn't it. Oh, no, here it is. This is what happens when Ben isn't here to keep the peace. It's true.
What?
Let's go back to a little Batman action.
So since we've talked a lot about
That's pretty cool.
Oh,
that is pretty sweet. It's got a like a nice
wait,
shape.
Hang on.
Do you like?
I need to check something. Dave, how's my ear length here? I know you don't like the short ears.
No, I love the short ears.
Okay.
I really just think it depends on.
I'm doing the long ears because of the Kelly Jones vampire bat thing. But normally I'm a big devotee of the short ears.
You're a short ear guy.
Short ear guy.
Well, they just make more sense.
They do.
Yeah, Batman should always make sense.
Well, listen, Dan. I mean, maybe when you dress up as Batman, you like to go out and have those long ears,
I'm a long ear Batman.
But guys like me and Dave, we don't like the ears getting in the way.
Sure. Jeff, long ears or short ears? Let's see yours here a second.
I'm kind of. I'm more in the middle.
Those are decent sized ears, but you yourself have decent sized ears.
Yeah, no, my ears are huge. I used to have phenomenal hearing, but as I get older, it's fading.
I don't know. From the looks of it, Jeff is more of an ass man than an ear man.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
Jeff was kind of a go-to. He's like, let me see your ears.
Right.
Hey, just be thankful you don't have tinnitus.
That's the worst.
Let's all be thankful right now.
You're all gonna get it.
I've already got it.
It is inevitable, right? Yeah.
I don't know. It depends on how many rock concerts you went to when you were younger.
So many.
Well, no, I mean, you would literally. I mean, just city living alone is going to do it to you.
Yeah.
But you don't
But
even.
yeah, mine can get pretty bad. It comes and goes. So at least it's something,
What's the loudest concert you ever went to, Dave?
Well, it was probably the last one. It was Fishbone.
Of course. Not surprising.
Because it was a small venue, and I didn't bring earplugs, and I was right next to the stage.
Wow.
So I kind of did it to myself.
I went to a U2 concert at Madison Square Garden. That was, and I mean, I played live music for years. It was the most excruciatingly painful thing I've ever been to. It was unreal how loud that was. Excessively.
I went to a concert a lot.
So I assume that most musicians have tinnitus. Is that true?
Oh yeah, I don't know how you could avoid it. I don't know. And even though I didn't play my guitar loudly, my guitar player had two Marshall stacks that he put on both sides of the stage. So I had to endure his loudness on my side either way. But
what does any of this have to do with Batman?
Absolutely nothing, Dan. I just like to talk about stuff you don't know anything about.
I think Batman probably has ear trouble.
I was in a band.
Sure you were.
It's true. I wasn't.
I was gonna say I don't think cowbell counts.
Yeah. I was never in a band. Nobody would ever let me in a band.
I don't think talking to wolves counts either, and I know you didn't talk to a wolf.
Yeah, there's some dispute out there whether I even did that.
So any of you guys go to the movies to see Tenet?
I don't want to go to a theater to see it. I'd like to see it on out of my house, maybe.
Was it good? Did you like it?
Did you go to the theater?
Yeah. Do you think it's not safe?
Well, I don't know. I mean, the problem is I have a little son and a
The answer is it's not safe.
Well, I mean, you're in an enclosed.
Yes, it's not safe. It's be rhetorical.
No. Are you guys going to? Dave will see it in the theater.
Well, LA County. I don't think you can go see a movie in LA County.
Right,
You go to like the Ventura just to see it.
Well, you could do that. You got a car, don't you?
True. My buddy did it, and he said they were the only ones in the theater, so it was kind of safe.
Oh, that sounds great.
Except that when you buy that ticket, you don't know if you're going to be the only one in the theater.
It's a gamble.
Kind of. You do now if it's like a ArcLight.
So there
right, because you can see the map of seats, right?
Yeah, you can see who else has bought a ticket.
So what number would be
yours or?
So let's say you guys are buying a ticket. What number would be okay for you to decide that? All right, I'll go into this one.
That's a good question.
Yeah, I haven't really thought about it.
Yeah.
Well, I think you should think about it. That's Joe's whole point.
Well, I
not
have
only that,
to go to a movie, so it's not important to me right this second.
right. Not only that, let's say you buy a ticket and there's only like one other couple in the theater, right? Okay, great. But then after you bought your ticket,
In the orgy?
buy there.
I don't know. I mean, once again, I have no plans on seeing one anytime soon. So,
No, so you say.
Yeah, you're saying that now.
well, I'm in no rush to see Tenet. So,
Oh, okay. Now we're getting somewhere.
Wow. Oh man.
Wow.
I mean, it's not like that Charlie Kaufman film, you know. I mean,
Isn't Tenet kind of like Inception Part 2?
from what I've heard, it pretty much is. So,
Here's my problem with Inception. Does anybody care?
No, it's okay.
it better not be. You better not, because you couldn't understand it. Because I know that's what you love about films, apparently.
No, I thought here's an opportunity with all the CGI and everything we have to like really go take a deep dive, if you will, into dreamscapes. And they pretty much just gave you James Bond skiing down a mountain and some ninjas, and they didn't really.
Kind of like how the last thoughts of a guy committing suicide wouldn't be more trippy.
It depends on the guy, wouldn't it?
Huh?
I said it depends on the guy.
Well, once again, maybe the dreams and Inception weren't that imaginary.
I think the whole concept is it was kind of it was that type of film, Dave. It was kind of a
boring, pointless film.
What?
A boring, pointless film? Is that what you're trying to get across?
No, I just think that they had some opportunities and they dropped the ball a little bit. And if I ever have an opportunity to discuss it with Chris, what is his name? Mr. Nolan, I'll bring it up.
Yeah.
Go ahead. By the way, I want my money back.
Hey Dan, news just broke over the wire. He was looking to purchase slots to make the movie.
And now that's over. So you know what? He'll go, I respect Dan more. A lot of people wouldn't have said that, but gosh darn it. I got to impress him. Is that possible?
It is.
It's possible.
Dan, can you cut in on your drawing a little bit so I can see it?
Why? You want to steal my ideas?
I want to check out your bats.
There's some bats up there.
Those are excellent bats.
I put some bats in the belfry or stir fry.
Beautiful.
Is he petting the bats too?
Yeah. No, I didn't go with the petting. My wife was like, "Why is Batman petting a gargoyle?" She ruined the whole thing.
Isn't there? I know this is a technical question that Dave's not going to answer and no one will answer, but isn't there a way to make a brush out of something like a bat and then use that tool to then do a cloud of bats?
Yeah, I've done it.
Whoa.
Wait,
Dave, could you explain the process?
Well, do you know how to make a brush in Photoshop?
I don't.
That's going to be a problem.
I would suggest learn how to do that, and then it's quite easy.
And then get back to Dave.
I think Photoshop might have a stock one, Dave. Do they, or am I imagining that? Because I know I have one. I know I didn't make it.
No, but you can draw your own bats. And
yeah.
I forgot. I mean, I can't remember exactly the thing, but there is an easy way to. I forgot the terminology of it, but you just make that silhouette a brush.
It's a stamp.
And then,
yeah.
And then you can just use that brush to make a cloud of bats.
Yeah, I mean, when I've done it, I've tried to, make multiple bats because you don't want the same bat over and over and over and over and over again.
No, nobody likes that.
You can put it on a random setting. You can put it on a random setting where the bats will come out in different directions, different angles, and different sizes.
Yeah, but it'll still be the same bat. Whereas you draw some with wings up, wings down, sideways, left and right, that kind of thing. Mm. So you get a little bit more variety. But there's no magic. I mean, you still got to put in the work.
Julian, I have to interrupt. Julian says, I would like Joe Quesada as a director for a movie. It's time. Let's tell that to Kevin F.
Is that what he said, Dan? Is that how it?
So
That's how I interpreted it.
So why does Julian see me as a director? That's what I'd like to know.
Good question.
No.
See if he answers.
You know, like that whole joke, the thing from Goodfellas. What makes you think I'm funny? Funny how?
Yeah.
I mean, I'd love to direct. So, but curious.
Would you consider yourself like a Charlie Kaufman sort of style director?
I consider myself lucky to do anything if I had a chance to direct.
Well, I just ruined your chances to work with Nolan, so.
No, I like Christopher Nolan stuff. I didn't say that. Anything like that.
What do you mean? You used to work with Kevin Nolan.
Did he? An old friend of yours, Dave.
I don't hate the guy.
Huh?
Mm,
That's what I heard.
not what he says.
It's true.
You guys are silly.
Joe, as a director, do you feel you would be good with the actors? Because that seems to be something that's not just.
I had an opportunity to direct, and it was
And you said no.
probably
Absolutely not.
What was that?
You said no, absolutely not, right?
Yeah. I mean, I loved being editor in chief and chief creative officer and all that sort of mucky muck stuff at Marvel, but I do miss drawing regular comics, and directing that short was probably the most fun I've had in my tenure at Marvel since those days where I was just sitting back and drawing Daredevil. I mean, it was such a blast. Because it's there's a little more purity of vision, whereas doing what I do at Marvel is more along the lines of like consulting and helping people fix their stuff, and
Being like a neighbor.
ideas that other people end up doing, so which is a cool gig, but nothing quite like doing your own thing. So yeah, I enjoyed it.
Did you have to learn a lot of the stuff about the lenses and the cameras?
I know some of it. I don't know. I have buddies who are DPs and cinematographers, and that's an incredible science. I kind of my thing is to say, hey, look, this is kind of what I'm looking for. I think a lot of directors are like this, unless they started out as directors of photography or cinematographers. They're just like, this is what I'm looking for, and that's the job of the DP to find what lens is going to get you that look. So I've worked in that capacity with DPs, but it's a crazy skill set, because it's also very technical, and you kind of need to know math and stuff, which is.
There's a whole post about that.
What was that?
The Facebook post about math that kind of got shot down.
Oh, I missed all this stuff. I haven't been on social in like weeks. So bored of it. Don't you get bored of it, Dan? You're always on there.
I'm always on there. I'm trying to push my little world.
Too off though. It's like
Hold on a second. Speaking of that, maybe you guys have heard of my comic book.
Oh boy.
Here it comes. What if we just left that up there?
I think that would I would not. None of us would be surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just something to think about.
No one would be surprised.
You'd prefer this, Jeff?
I do. I like Sprite.
This is like a who did it better? Who wore it better? That looks like Paul Smith as inked
Doesn't
by
it look-
John Rubenstein, but it's probably not.
God, I love Paul Smith stuff.
His stuff's amazing.
Or
You guys see him posting on Twitter?
Yeah, he seems to be putting a lot of stuff up.
is that really him though?
I think so. Why would it not be him?
Sometimes people like Paul, I'm not saying this is the case, but I think he might have like somebody posting for him.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, that's possible. I mean, it's not me on Twitter.
No, it's one of your minions.
Dude, you know how many minions I have? It's crazy.
I'd like to have a minion.
12, like apostles.
You know what? You're pretty close, Jim. Pretty close.
So when we see you posting and making all those silly little jokes at Dave's expense, it's not even you.
No, those are me.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've never made jokes at Dave's expense. Stop that.
So I know this is boring for you guys, but I have a serious question.
Oh boy, here it comes.
Yawn.
If you could write or draw something, if you could only do one, which would you pick and why?
You can ask us our favorite color next.
Yeah, I mean, if that's more interesting than looking at your Ravens thing over and over again.
Okay. That's very nice.
It's a serious question, though.
For me, I guess I'd have to. I don't know. That's a tough one, Jeff. I wish you wouldn't ask questions like that. I'm just trying to have fun. I don't want to think about my life or the mistakes I've made. Or
You're right. My bad. What's your favorite color?
I like black.
Okay.
It's not really a color, Dan.
Oh God, piercing.
That's how you sound to me. That's how your voice sounds to me, Jeff.
I know. That's what my mom used to
Black
say.
isn't a color.
Sure, it is.
Not actually. It's the absence of color, isn't it?
Nope.
Depends
Light.
on if you're doing reflective or.
Yeah, color is it's the accumulation of all colors. So there.
I thought that was white.
Yeah.
It is if you're doing the electromagnetic.
If you're doing light theory, sure.
Yeah, if
If
you
you're
spin.
using things like light.
God, you guys are boring the crap out of me.
I know, right? I keep trying and I keep getting shot down, Joe.
Well, have Joe answer that crazy question. Your question doesn't even make sense.
All right, Joe. Serious question. What's your favorite color? Dan, is that what you want?
Fuchsia.
Oh God, I love that color.
Yeah.
I did kind of want that question, yeah.
I think I prefer Fandango.
And what?
What the hell's Fandango?
Fandango. It's not unlike a fuchsia.
Is it?
I don't think that's a color. That's a website.
Nope. Fandango is very close to heliotrope.
Huh?
Yeah,
Hang on here.
another color.
All right. Jeff's just like showing off today.
Let's go back to Jeff's drawing here. I think Jeff's gone completely mad. Oh, Jeff's spending a lot of time on the Batman derriere.
It's Gotham's ass.
It's Gotham. It's Gotham's best ass.
People have always wanted to know.
There you go.
Because listen, look, you rarely see that, right? Because the cape is always covering it. And
That's right.
I mean, I had to do a lot of work to get it to look just perfect.
yeah. Did you research Batman's back? Because
I watched all the films, and I took a lot of screen captures.
Oh, sorry.
So which is your favorite Batman film, Jeff?
Anything with Val Kilmer?
Oh, God. Wow. That's a pretty quick answer, too. Like, no hesitation.
You didn't even have to think about it.
Yeah, no. I mean, obviously, I've been giving it a lot of thought.
Well, Jeff, that's because you and I saw that movie 600 times.
Oh, yes,
Do you recall?
I do. Dan helped me out on during a family situation, and the price was having to watch that movie over and over again.
I don't think I've ever seen a film more than that Batman film, thanks to you.
Why?
Dan was helping me with a family situation where we wound up babysitting some, I guess, nephews, you would call them, and they liked that was their favorite movie. So we watched that thing over and over again.
Yep.
And the funny thing about it is, even though we watched it 100 times, you could not convince them that Batman and Bruce Wayne were the same person.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Your nephews are not very bright.
No,
They're young. They're
they're very young and not very bright.
The Florida nephews?
No, the Oklahoma nephews.
yeah.
About the same thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
speaking of Oklahoma, sorry.
Yeah. Back to Kaufman.
Oh God, what a nightmare!
You were working.
But yeah,
with-
Val Kilmer, I think, is an underrated Batman.
Yeah, we saw a lot of Batman then. Let's go back to Joe's. Let's go back and see what Dave's up to. It looks like he's putting some color in there.
No, it's what is it? Frisket, liquid frisket. But I've never used it before, so it could go completely wrong.
Hmm.
I don't even know what liquid frisket is.
Well, it's like liquid rubber, and supposedly it will keep the watercolor out of the areas I don't want watercolor in. So, but I've never used it before, so it might be. I might have just ruined the piece. We shall see.
I have some frisket paper that I haven't used in a long time. I'm scared to use it. So.
Yeah, but if you're using watercolor, it will go under frisket.
Oh, will?
Yeah.
That's all I use, so much for that.
I've tried it before and ruined a piece.
No.
Are you using special
you got some
watercolor
information
paper?
out of Dave, Jeff.
I know, shocking.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like it absorbed into the paper, which I'm a bit worried about.
Yeah, it could just rip everything up. We pull it up.
Yeah, it very well might. That might be the end of my episode right there. I mean, luckily I didn't spend a day on it or anything. So
Liquid Frisket, brought to you by Speed Wolf.
Yeah, it is funny the difference when you use analog materials and doing stuff on in Photoshop.
it's funny. It's a brand I've never heard of, and now I'm kind of worried now.
Of course, it's going to rip the paper up.
I don't even know what. Have you guys ever heard of this brand? Wait,
No.
Why would you use it if you didn't ever hear about it?
Peebo or
Oh, Pimo, sure.
PBO.
Is that Fly By Night Art Supplies?
Yeah.
Might be.
Fly by night.
It's definitely not Speed Wolf.
Brought to you by
Speed
Speed Wolf.
Wolf would be quality. All right, I'm gonna
Can
test
you lift it? We're all watching.
I mean, this is the most drama we've had on the show forever.
Yeah.
All right, it's coming up. It's coming up. So,
Leave the green because the green is my favorite part.
well, I'm sorry, Dan, but that's gonna go bye-bye.
Oh.
After I gotta, I'm gonna try to dry it quickly. So, where's the? You guys talk. I'm gonna mute for a second.
Oh boy.
All right, Dan. I mean, it was actually a serious question because I like writing and I've written some stuff, but one of the things is it is time consuming, and then once I've written something, I have a pretty good vision in my head. So the idea of someone else drawing it doesn't make a lot of sense to me. So I wanted to ask you, like, you wrote stuff. How close did your artist get to what you had in your head?
I try not to think about that really because I know someone else is going to be doing it, and so it's different, I guess. I mean, I can see it when I'm writing it, how I would draw it, I guess, if that's what you mean.
Do you try and let the artist come up with their own image, or you try and write specifically what you want to see based on your vision?
I try. Sometimes I'll, there's some important information you want to put in the panel that's going to be like, I like the idea of like a lot of Easter eggs, and so that's kind of important, I guess. So those things need to be mentioned, but in general, I think you should leave that up to the artist.
When you're writing a script, do you write in what angle to use or what panel, just like panel layouts? Do you try
Very
to
rarely. I mean, sometimes it depends on the artist, but in some cases I'll be like, give yourself a break and try this. Like this is a nice cheat. I've learned over the years, and a good way to get out of doing something. Aren't you and Scott Collins kind of working on something?
Oh yeah, we play around with stuff. Like we practice writing stuff. We have come up with some pretty cool ideas. We occasionally will pitch.
Do you think I'd like them?
Yes.
Wow.
I think there's one in particular you would like quite a bit.
Is it about Florida?
No.
Is it confusing?
Yeah.
It'll probably be very confusing.
So to kind of give some backstory for everybody, we all watched a Charlie Kaufman film, and we've been talking about it ad nauseum.
Yeah.
and not a lot of people see it from my perspective.
Well, I mean, it is an interesting question about how much is symbolism part of your work. Do you feel that symbolism is a big part of your personal work, or something that you would just enjoy watching other people do?
What's the question again?
Dan, these are writer questions. You have to be ready for these.
No, I'm just kidding.
So boring though.
Jeff does have the best. I mean, we don't have many questions, so we can't be too choosy. You know.
I mean, yeah. I'd be willing if someone else wanted to throw a question in. Any takers?
No,
think
it's
so.
just going to use it.
Yeah.
How about
Yeah, Dan, would you say that?
What?
Would you say that symbolism is a big part of your writing style, or are you more of a plot man?
I'm a big fan of symbolism, Jeff. I hope you noticed from the.
I did.
From our conversations.
Yeah.
You know, we don't agree on anything. And we don't like each other as people.
I'm just sort of fascinated by the different approaches to the creative process. You know, because it seems like so much of when I draw something for someone else, whether it's a comic book or a storyboard, that I am trying to give my best interpretation of what the writer wants and solve whatever technical problems might come up, what logistical issues there might be. But when you're writing your own stuff, you're the one creating those problems. So I think it's a different.
I had so much fun doing slots for that reason, because I got to really, all the things I was a fan of as a young reader. I got to implement in slots when I did that. That was kind of fun.
Did you write to your strengths when you were doing slots, or did you ever try and pick stuff that you knew that you weren't great at but was right for the story?
I mean, in some cases you have to. You don't have a choice. But yeah, I mean, I think all artists, if given a chance, are going to write to their strengths and kind of tell that story the way they're best able to, right?
I would hope so. But sometimes when you're writing a story, it goes in directions you weren't. If it's fresh and it has some sort of inspiration attached to it, it might go someplace that you weren't expecting it to.
That's when I start the self, beatings, and becomes a little bit the name of the rose for me.
I mean, that's always a good place to go to.
Yeah. Joe, who was the last person you worked with writing-wise that where you didn't draw it and somebody else did?
I think it was Paulo Rivera.
And when you write a script, Joe, are you more of a plot or a full script guy?
Full script guy. I don't write a story unless I have the ending. So nothing. I mean, really, I refuse to write a story if I don't have an ending. So the stuff, it's pretty worked out before I even start a script, knowing where it's kind of going.
Do you do the plot? Do you ever use the index cards? Have you used that system?
Yeah. If it's something complex, absolutely.
I find that really helpful.
If it's just a story, that's one thing. But if you're building a world, a universe kind of thing,
right?
Then yeah, and I absolutely use index cards because you just got to know what's happening in the world, in your world as you're drawing it, or as you're writing it.
Jeff, how happy are you that you got a real answer there?
I'm overjoyed. I mean, I have lots of questions. I don't want to push it.
I'll always answer.
I love it. And just for that, Jeff, you get a little bit of this.
Oh God! Oh. Thank you.
There you go. Well, here, this is going to bother you, and look, you can tell we're really into these drawings here. Let's take a look. Dave's back at his.
Stays fine.
Oh my God, that's pretty awesome, Dave.
That happened fast.
Wow, Dave's not fooling around. I think is his mic still off?
No, I'm here.
I love hearing Dave breathing.
That's the tension of creativity right there.
Yeah, I love it. I love it for some reason. That's beautiful, Dave. Let's see a little bit of Jeff Johnson full on. Or you already moved your.
There you go.
All right, let's take a look at that. Batman from an angle you rarely see him. Jeff, you've really complicated things. Like you're like, I'm not gonna make it easy for myself.
Yeah, well, that's sort of my thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So this. You're not going to be done today. I take it.
Oh no. I started this piece a while ago. I had sort of an idea, and so I've been playing with. It's just something I pick up every now and then when I've got nothing else to do.
It's beautiful. Let's go back to Joe. Joe's on a real vehicle kick.
He really has been. I appreciate that because Joe does good vehicles and I don't. And I'm now looking at them and realize I probably should practice those more.
Yeah, I used to like talk behind your back a lot about that, about how you don't actually do good vehicles.
I have a hard time with concentric circles.
Well, actually, you have a hard time with rulers, and that kind of like you didn't like using them.
I hate them.
Yeah, and I would have to use the rulers when inking you, which I was never too thrilled with. And
I
now
hate
I've rulers all together.
Use rulers, Dan,
Do you use rulers, Joe?
all the time.
Have you ever used rulers to discipline a child?
He's not a nut.
If you were a school teacher,
No.
spare the rod, give him a sandwich, or what's that old saying?
Yeah.
Isn't there a saying like that, Jeff?
I believe that's exactly the saying. Spare the
Spare
rod
the
and give him
rod.
the sandwich. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the Jesuits
Famous
perhaps
for that.
famous for that, for sandwiches.
Oh man, Jesuit sandwiches are awesome.
Yeah.
They're so good.
I knew I got it from someplace.
Yeah, no, you definitely, it's a real thing.
So Dan, are there any good questions for crying out loud?
Oh, sorry.
You guys.
User questions. Sorry, geez, you guys are really tough today. We don't have Ben. Ben handles this. Dan drew Vegas like a champ. That's not a question, but it's more like a compliment. So that goes up. That goes right up.
Right.
Someone says, Dan, you lucked out. I did luck out with Mariana drawing ravens. So I'm so glad you switched to writing, Jeff. What a crew to question. Cheers. So that people are actually thrilled that you're putting up with everybody.
Thank you, Mark.
We could all talk about barbecue. Yeah, actually, we could talk about barbecue if Ben was here.
Oh, Ben's the king.
Oh, here's a good question. Are we going to talk about Dave's phallic-looking gargoyle or what? It's the elephant in the room.
What's the first thing I said when I saw it? The big old phallus.
God.
Well, next time I'll draw Herculoid.
I don't know. I mean, it seems like if we're talking about phallic symbols, Dan's is loaded.
Mine is a little bit phallic heavy.
Yeah. I mean, and weird, like Peyronie's disease. Is that what it's called?
Wow.
I don't know. I'm not looking it up like you are constantly, Jeff.
The only reason I know that, you ever see those commercials for that damn thing?
That's exactly what it's coming from.
I didn't know that was a problem. Is that a problem?
Yeah, neither did I, but apparently there's a pill for it.
Wow.
Everything. I mean, what if you want that? I mean,
What are you guys even talking about?
Yeah, clearly you do not watch enough TV, Dan.
I don't
Joe
watch,
and I are no.
no, I'm watching intellectual films and discussing them on forums that you guys aren't even aware of.
oh bloody hell!
I really irritated everybody this week or last week. It's been going on too many weeks, but and I apologize. And I mean that sincerely.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
No.
None of us believe that.
By the way, Dan, the audience is missing some excitement over here.
What happened? Did you smudge?
Oh, wait, let's see.
It's me rubbing.
Now we're going to get another bad rating on the show.
Rub him, Dave. Rub Batman.
Ooh, I love that.
That's it, Dave. Rub him.
Yeah.
Oh, right there. Right there. That's good.
Faster.
Oh, the other way, the other direction. Go against the grain.
Show is really going down.
Actually, this stuff worked out pretty good.
Did it?
Yeah, you were dissing
I was
the
worried about it. I mean,
Rub the ribbing. Oh, I love the ribbing. Oh.
for your pleasure, Joe.
Is that a xenomorph that he's standing on?
That looks like a xenomorph. Hold on. It was Dave. Dave was kind. I like when Dave participates. So Dave put this together for us, and let's take a look at it again.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, I guess that really was the inspiration for Dave's Gargoyle.
It really was. That and a prehistoric fish.
And nobody liked this idea, huh?
I mean, even your wife had problems with that, Dan, and she's
I
on
did
your
like
team.
that idea. I don't know why you didn't do that idea.
I brought it up with Ben, but and Ben even said, "Look, you could do that and get away with it."
But why would you want to?
That's basically what he insinuated.
Yeah.
So now, Dave, is the point now to rip off the green tape?
Yeah, we could do that. All right, here we go.
Reveal. This is like an unboxing.
And here's a trick for all you Luddites out there who don't use Photoshop. You got to go at a 45-degree angle.
Otherwise, the paper tears, right?
You don't have to, but the result is different.
If you want your art to be unripped, yeah.
God,
That is such a good analog drawing.
Hey Dave, did you ever play your on the show? Did you ever play your YouTube clip commentary on Dan's acting debut?
We did that. Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did it last week.
Yeah.
That was great.
Where was I? I was on last week, wasn't I? Or no?
No, you said you had enough.
Okay. I say that every time.
Yeah, you're like, this is it. This might be the last time, I think you said.
Dave, that came out pretty good.
Dave, congratulations.
Well, thank you, gents. I don't know if I believe your sincerity on it, but
No, I actually really like it. I think it's fantastic.
I love the clouds. I love there's a little bit of lightness in the clouds by his head.
yeah, I didn't want the ears to disappear.
No, it's smart.
No, a lot of people, that's what they come to Batman for.
Well executed.
Well, thanks. It's not done, but it's getting there.
So what's the next step?
Will you sell it?
Sure.
But to whom?
A lucky person?
Okay.
I don't know.
What if Joe were to like, you know what? I don't own any Dave Johnson stuff. Never thought about owning it.
Well, there's the problem. He's never thought about it. So.
All right, gentlemen. It looks like we've done an hour.
Whoa. I always forget, Jeff, you always got places to be, people to.
Well, I actually feel it's better for the fans if we leave them a little bit wanting.
You're only getting a little taste.
I think you're right, Jeff.
Yeah.
It's just I enjoy your company so much.
It's the old vaudeville. Always leave them wanting more.
Take it a little personally.
Leave them wanting more.
Yeah. Joe, you mind if I take a look at yours before we go?
Certainly. Here you go. I'm the one you should be asking.
Dan, let me see it.
Okay.
Wait, what are we looking at?
We're looking at your piece there, if you will.
Just tightening up my gargoyle, but
Oh,
decided to go with the David Mazzucchelli-ish style Batman.
I like that.
Less rendering. Actually, I gotta open it up.
I like the bat wings.
Nice work in the cape.
You know, I was toying with adding bat paraphernalia to the bicycle, and it's just like it ends up feeling kind of cliche, but it kind of feels necessary. But less is definitely more.
I like the little wings. I think that makes it the bat bike.
Yeah.
But that's just me. I'm weird that way.
I mean, what I love about this story or this drawing is that there's some backstory to it. How did he get this bike up there? Where is he going?
Yeah, how did he get his bike up there? But it's Batman.
He was riding it from rooftop to rooftop, starting on lower rooftops and making his way up, and eventually got to this gargoyle. Now, the funny story is this gargoyle is only like 10 feet off the ground.
Oh, that makes more sense.
It's a gargoyle warehouse,
There's
Jeff.
a cab waiting for him right down here.
Right.
Gargoyles are us.
You know what? You don't see a lot of second story gargoyles.
Yeah, I mean, but you know what? I think that should be a thing because you don't really get to really experience the beauty of a gargoyle when they're so high up.
It's true.
It's like the Chrysler
The
building has
craftsmanship
the
that's
points,
put
right?
into it.
The Chrysler building has those gorgeous eagle kind of gargoyles, and you don't really, get to notice it until somebody climbs the hell up there. And
I think you're right.
what was that?
Or makes a film like what is it? Men in Black 2 or 3? Was it 2 or 3?
It was 3.
How
It was
long?
3.
How long have those eagle gargoyles been up there? Underappreciated. How many years? Right.
Since the 20s, right?
Right. So that, you know, I think Jeff's right. Maybe some second story gargoyles would be good.
I do. Weren't a lot of the older buildings, and maybe this is just a book I read, a fantasy book that I'm conflating with reality, but weren't Zeppelins supposed to be more of a thing back in the day, and the gargoyles were supposed to be
That I don't know.
Secondary to a Zeppelin? Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that was the whole thing. It's like, let's make these gargoyles secondary to a Zeppelin
not secondary, but more visible from a Zeppelin?
from a Zeppelin's point of view.
Yeah,
Uh,
called the ZPOV.
All right.
I don't think I've ever heard that.
That's
No.
done.
I don't believe it.
Hear it again. I think Jeff's obviously lost. This is why Jeff usually wants to end things early. He loses his mind.
I get pretty drunk in an hour.
He's talking about Zeppelin and things that don't exist. And
I start talking about how he thought they were supposed to make him out of lead.
Oh, yes. Well, I do think that the dirigible was supposed to be much more of a form of transportation than it ever turned out to be.
Yeah, because
so true.
If they had only not used helium or
No, they used hydrogen.
hydrogen.
Yeah. And on that note, that's the lesson for today. Use helium, not hydrogen.
Do you guys remember that Led Zeppelin cover?
Let's see it.
I don't have it on hand. It's not like I keep the thing handy.
Mm,
It's actually, I was just hoping that you remembered it. It's just,
I do remember it.
Actually, I was really just hoping to annoy Joe with that comment.
All right, gang. I think it's time to roll.
Fine.
Be that way, Jeff. I know you don't really care about the fans. Maybe
I
they're
love
not.
the fans.
Maybe they're not done. You ever think of that?
Yeah, what about Joe's feelings?
Yeah. What about
What about Joe's feelings? Joe matters a lot to me.
I'm a sociopath. I have zero feelings, zero empathy for any of you guys.
Well, guys, Jeff's got a hot date. He's
Thanks.
going to go see.
I need a bit of sympathy, Dan. Thanks.
I do. It's past my dinner time.
The Arby's, right?
Jeff, what was your favorite thing about this comic? Hold on.
I like the inside cover illustrations.
So you didn't like my cover, is what you're saying?
I did like your cover, but my favorite thing are the inside cover illustrations.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
Did you not understand? You don't understand that I complimented you?
Well, they weren't. They're not cover. I mean, I did drawings. They look like covers inside. But it was,
The bookends, then the end papers.
I'm going to send you a PDF of the book for free
Thank you.
because you haven't read it, have you?
I have not read it yet.
The only person who's read it, I think, is Joe. And then
Yeah, but I have to buy it. Yeah.
Dan, send me a free one and I'll read it.
I'll send you a freebie, and then I'll give you Joe's review. He goes, "Do you really want my opinion?" Almost like you don't want my opinion. I think.
I mean, I told you this. It's like, I don't think if someone gives you something and they say, "Hey, what do you think? What do you really think?" Okay, and I think it's, I'll give you an opinion.
Yeah.
For that, if I hated it, I wouldn't say anything at all. You know what I mean? So, and so
also, sometimes if you get something for free, and I send it to you for free, you don't see the value in it.
well, because it's, again, you don't understand. If I pay for it, I feel there's more value in it because I paid for it. If you just give it to me, I don't care. I got it for free.
I'm okay with free.
Everybody's okay with free. I'm not saying it's free because he's gonna judge it against Popkill, and that's his like benchmark for everything. So that's out.
Well,
Well, why wouldn't I?
Pop Kill's outstanding.
Yeah. Sponsor there.
Switch.
All right, I'll let you go. I know you can't. You're barely hanging on. Everybody, thanks for
Wait,
showing.
I want to know the answer to a question. So Jeff always says it's past dinner time. So Jeff, first of all, what time is dinner time, and what are you having for dinner?
It's past dinner time, Joe, because I'm the one who has to make it. And tonight we're having chorizo and eggs.
Ooh,
Wow.
I like that.
Jeff, you made me chorizo and eggs one time. It was delicious.
Yeah.
Now,
I'm-
Jeff,
I'm
do,
not
you, do you plan this ahead of time? Like, you know exactly what you're going to make? And
Yes.
nice.
Yeah.
Nice. And what's tomorrow night?
Tomorrow night is probably going to be tri-tip. Friday night.
Wow.
Friday night tri-tip.
Have you ever done a beef stroganoff?
I have not.
Think about it.
I will. That's a fantastic suggestion.
Give it a thought.
I will add it to the list.
Yeah. Well, everybody, adios.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty much done with mine. So
Oh, boy.
It looks great, Dave.
Here, can you move it up a little higher and move that? There we go. Wow. Now, what's he so angry about?
he saw that Charlie Kaufman film.
All right.
Yeah, that's another.
He's literally going, why?
It's not just Batman on gargoyles, but it's also Batman not smiling. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's very interesting.
It's a thing. I think we should do a whole episode where it's just Batman smiling, being happy.
Can we do a close up on your Batman to see if he's smiling or not?
Mine? Mine, he's pretty neutral.
I guess he's really concentrating on the leap because every jump.
Looking at the next highest gargoyle is where he's headed. You know what I mean?
So
Yeah.
he's not even fighting crime per se. It's more like an exercise in how high can I get up this building on this
Yeah,
back bike.
yeah. He's just going for it. You know, I could give him a grimace, but
Wait, is that on Marvel paper? I
Uh-oh.
love that.
it's on digital Marble paper.
I love that. That makes me happy.
Let's see what can we do. What can we do here?
Well, Jeff, can you give the sign off?
All right, everybody. This is the end of another fun episode. Thanks for joining us, and join us again next week. When Dan, do we have any idea what we're doing?
Same crowd.
I think Neil Adams is coming back.
Fantastic.
No, I made that up, but that would be nice.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
Well, whatever it will be, it'll include some drawing.
Yes.
You should have. some.
We can guarantee that.
Bye, everybody.
Take it easy.
Toodaloo.
Later.